This is the voice of faith, and we are preparing ourselves for the weekend. Here in Hong Kong, we'll be taking part of the Lord's Supper of the Covenant. You can join us with English services, Chinese services, Tagalog services. How can you benefit from the Lord's Supper? And what do you need to do in order for you to prepare yourself spiritually? The Bible talks about the story in the book of Mark. Let us read here together. Jesus said to him, "If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes." Immediately the father of the child cried out and said with tears, "Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief." That's a very interesting statement. The man brought his boy to the Lord Jesus that had been suffering from epilepsy since childhood, a long-standing problem. And I'm sure that he must have tried many ways to fix the problem, going to doctors and clinics, trying medication, trying prayers. I'm sure when your child is in pain, as a parent, you're willing to try anything to find healing, remedy, a solution. But the child still had that condition for a long time. I'm sure there must have been moments when the father was feeling depressed, feeling hopeless, overwhelmed. Maybe he was losing hope. Maybe there were moments when he felt greatly disappointed because he couldn't help his son. So when he came to the Lord Jesus, he came with faith, but at the same time, there was that tiny little doubt in his mind, thinking, what if it doesn't work? What if I will be disappointed again? Maybe he heard about the testimonies. He heard about the good news, which gave him hope to go to the Lord Jesus. And then the devil whispered in his mind thoughts like, what if you go there and nothing happens? And the same happens with all of us. There are moments in your life when you hit rock bottom, you need a miracle, and because you heard a testimony, you witnessed a testimony, you go in search of an answer, and you go to the altar, you visit the church, you have nothing to lose, but there's a voice that comes to your mind that tells you, what if nothing happens? And that's what happened to this man, because this man, on one hand, let's read again, he said, "Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief." A statement of two stories. On one hand, he said, I believe. I believe you can help me. I believe nothing is impossible. I believe you can perform a miracle in my life. I've seen you do it for others. But on the other hand, help my unbelief. Have mercy on me. Forgive me if I have a tiny little doubt that is playing on in my mind. I believe you can do it for others, but I'm not sure if you can do it for me. Help my unbelief. So this man, he had faith, but doubt was attacking him. Doubts were fighting him. Doubts were playing on his mind. Doubts were bombarding him. And maybe this is happening to you. On one hand, you want to take a step of faith. On one hand, you want to step out of your comfort zone and you want to come to the altar. You want to come to the church to experience the power of God. You want to sit at the table with the Lord at the Lord's Supper. But on the other hand, there's a voice that is telling you, you're not worthy. You don't deserve this because of your past, because of the many errors and mistakes you have committed. Do you really think that God will help you? Listen to me. Jesus said, if you can believe, all things are possible for him who believes. Let me bring you back to the statement of Jesus. If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. Jesus, he's not asking the man about his past. Jesus is not reminding him about his mistakes. Jesus is not asking him whether or not he deserves. Nobody deserves. It doesn't matter whether you deserve or not. What matters is that the Lord Jesus said, if you can believe. So the miracle happens not because God believes or God has faith in you or whether you deserve. The miracle happens depending on you believing against the doubts, you trusting and believing, although doubts are all around. God works not because he can or he cannot. God works based on our belief. And I want you to know that no matter your situation, no matter your past, no matter your mistakes, no matter your difficulties, nothing is impossible for God. God can touch your kids. God can restore your relationship. God is able to open a door. If you are unemployed and you are with your back against the wall, your visa is about to expire. God is able to do the impossible. God is able to restore your soul. God is able to restore your communion with him. All that matters and all that he's waiting for is for you to take that step of faith and for you to believe against all the doubts. Eliminate those doubts. Cancel those doubts. Close your ears to the doubts. Don't listen to the doubts and don't listen to the opinions of other people. Focus on the opinion of God. And God is telling you, you can, you are able, and he wants to work in your life. And if he wants to work in your life, if he wants to reach out to you, then all that you need to say, I am willing, I want. And you say yes. If you say yes, and he says yes, there's an agreement. And the impossible will become possible. All right? So this weekend, we're going to continue praying for the family. We're going to pray for you that need a miracle healing. We're going to pray for open doors that you need. If your situation, your life is stuck financially, work-wise, but most importantly, we're going to sit at the table of the Lord, supper, to make a covenant with God or to renew your covenant with God. And what do you need to do for you to experience all this goodness in your life? You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to bring anything. The only thing that you need to present is your faith in God in a pure way, free from doubts. All right? Come with an open mind. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. For more information, you can scan the QR code, get the address here in Kowloon, and you can speak to one of our counselors on the other side of the line. They will listen to you non-judgmental and confidentially, okay? If you know somebody that needs this kind of help, perhaps you know somebody that has been distant from the altar, distant from the church, that's an opportunity for you to bring that person close. Maybe this person is overwhelmed with feelings and thoughts of guilt, feeling undeserving, maybe they have many doubts in their minds, this word is there to cancel the doubts and to reconnect them with God. All right? If you need more of this content, and if this has been helpful for you, then you can also scan the QR code, get in touch with us, and you will be able to get future messages. And you can share this with anybody in your circle, friends or family. We're looking forward to have you here together with us in the UCKG Help Center in Hong Kong. Okay? God bless you abundantly, and join us again on Monday in the Voice of Faith. Bye-bye.